Alright, so uh where did I pick up last time? Alright, so what's going through my mind is I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna get this reconstructive surgery and I'm gonna come out and be fine, right? And that's going through my head. So I go in there, I get this reconstructive surgery and so they said it went well and I'm resting for, a few weeks, keep my foot elevated, ice and whatnot. They have me in like a splint right now, or like my foot tilted down and stuff. They eventually moved me to a boot, um, and then I went into physical therapy. Uh, Physical therapy was really, really tough at first. It hurt like hell, but then I started getting a little more movement back. Started moving my foot a little more, getting a little more strength and everything. The boot I was in also has like wedges and stuff, so your foot's like this, and then it keeps the tendon shorter, and then what they do is they slowly start taking the wedges away to flatten your foot, which stretches the tendon out. Um, so we're doing that and everything. I'm able to start putting some pressure down and eventually walking without my crutches, still in my boot though, but walking without my crutches nonetheless. And so that's that's the point I was at. I don't know, maybe I was at like, I don't know, 10, 12 week mark or something, around there, give or take. And then when I started to walk without my crutches, my foot started to hurt really bad. And feel like really nobody really took me serious when I was telling them that it's hurting really bad. So I remember the one day I showed the physical therapy and I brought my crutches with me because I would still bring them everywhere in case it started hurting real bad and stuff, so I could use those. And they were like, Why'd you bring your crutches? You don't need your crutches anymore. I'm like, it hurts really bad. And they were like, well, yeah, of course it's gonna hurt. You know, like they weren't like taking me serious. Like when I say like it hurts, I didn't mean like uh, it hurts a little bit. I mean like it hurts enough for me to bring my freaking crutches here because I can't walk on it. And this entire time at physical therapy, there was always a little gap where my wound was that was getting discharged and stuff from it, like pus and stuff like that. At first, I didn't really think much of it. I don't know if that's just normal for a little bit after a surgery like that. I would think that, I mean, I don't really know, I'm not a doctor, but I would think there's a little gap there that they might want to close that up so stuff don't get in there. But nobody really did anything about it, and they didn't really take that serious at all either. And then uh, my first like 3 or so visits with the doctor, I don't honestly don't even think that he even looked at my wound or anything. He just kind of like grabbed my foot, moved a little bit, and then like sent me on my way. Um, and then that discharge that I was just talking about never went away. So then they were starting to think, you know, tell the tell the doctor about it. And I was also thinking, yeah, I've been kind of telling you guys I don't think something's fully right here with the pain and stuff. And I was going to the doctor like the next day, so I was like, I can wait till tomorrow. And so I ended up going in the hospital. And sorry. All right, so I ended up going to the hospital, and um, I take my boot off that day, and my entire leg from like my knee on down is purple, swollen, looks really bad, and like it's clearly infected. It's perfectly clear. And the doctor comes in. He's like, oh, he's like, it doesn't look good. I think something's wrong. There's an infection. I'm like, Well, no shit. I've been saying that for a couple weeks now. Nobody really wanted to listen to me. Um, so he's thinking, uh, he gives me some antibiotics to take for like a week. I take the antibiotics for a week, nothing happens. It doesn't get any better or anything like that. So he's gonna bring me in and do IND, monitor me for a couple days, take some cultures and stuff, find out what bacteria it is, and he's thinking that the infection's probably just right under the skin. He can go in, clean it out, and then probably rest for a little bit, and I can probably pick back up where I left off in therapy and stuff. So that's what I'm thinking. And uh, that's not what happened. Then so I go in there on October 3rd, 2018, and I go in there and they put me to sleep to do the IND and clean it out. And before they put me to sleep, I'm thinking like I'm gonna get out of this. I'm gonna rest for like a week or two, and then I'll be right back to where I was in therapy, like I said. And I wake up to this instead. So I wake up to them telling me that when he opened me up, went in there, it was 100 times worse than what he initially thought. The infection was very deep in my soft tissue in the Achilles tendon. Um, so what he had to do was actually like, I don't know if they actually like detached my tendon or not, but they they had to leave a gap. So my Achilles tendon was not fully attached anymore, and so they could clear the infection out and scrape away all the um, necrotic tissue and all that stuff. So that's what I wake up to, and then basically tell me that I'm gonna have to start all over again with my therapy and stuff when I was like a week away from getting out of my boot and moving to a regular shoe. And so I ended up having to stay in the hospital a little bit longer. They took cultures and everything like that. Uh, Cultures came back with like 3 different kinds of bacteria. One was staph. The other two were I couldn't even I couldn't pronounce their names if they were written right in front of me. They're just I don't know, but they were gram negative, some sort of gram negative cockeye or whatever, which I personally I don't know what the hell that means, but I do know that they told me that it's pretty serious stuff. And it's not that good, so they had to put me on some pretty hardcore antibiotics and stuff. And I also had to stay. They ended up doing 2 more surgeries or operations, whatever you want to call them, that week. So my first one was on the third when I went in. Then they gave me a day's rest. And on the fifth, I went back in. They did another IND, cleaned out and stuff again. He came back, looked at it Saturday, decided that he would go back in again on Sunday the 7th and clean it out again. And then I ended up getting out of the hospital on the 8th. So I was there from the 3rd to the 8th, almost the whole week. Um, and just really, really disheartening news, I guess. Like I was pretty devastated after all the work I put in, all these plans I was making to come back, and hoping to step on stage again by like early 2019. And let's keep in mind, right now is February 8th, 2019. All right, and I am still on my crutches. I just now am able to put a little pressure down on my foot and stuff. So clearly, even from that those operations in October, that's not all that went wrong. Um, I'll be back with the rest of that story and the further complications that I had for all that time in my next video. So until then, If you all have any questions or know anything, whether it's to do with my injury, um, training, fitness, diet, anything like that, I'd be really happy to interact with you guys. You can find me on Instagram at barpiece. That's BARRPIECE. And you can also find me on Facebook at Jordan Bar. You can send me direct messages, comment in the video, comment on my pages, whatever you want. Uh, and I'll be happy to interact with you guys, answer any questions and stuff, or just chit chat a little bit, make some more friends and stuff. So I'll be back with more videos on um, what else happened leading up until now. Hopefully things from here on out will start looking up. I guess that'll be more of a real time play by play, I guess, with these videos and stuff. So I'll try to wrap it up in the next video too to get to the point we're at right now. Because I know these last videos kind of random and stuff a lot like I'm doing right now. But until next time, find me on Facebook, Instagram, and I'll be happy to see you guys. All right, bye.